Telegram to never ever miss any of my crazy updates. Hi guys and welcome to another vlog. I'm driving this. This is the first generation of the Hyundai i20 which comes courtesy of Nazar to me. So this is how it started and this is how it's going right now. Yes, listen to this beast. Hyundai's actually come a long way with the latest generation of the i20, the third generation model. But today we are going to be focusing on the first generation model. This is how it started with the first generation of the i20, which by the way really changed the game in terms of hatchbacks, because this was the first premium hatchback, but not with the premium engine of course, because this engine comes from the i10. There's no insulation here. This is the 1.2 liter Kappa motor. And you can see the design is actually quite nice, very curvy and all that stuff. Now this is not the top variant, but the top variant had rear discs as well as 6 airbags. The first hatchback to get these features. The design, you can see it, it's not revolutionary as such, but the car was really big in terms of size. Like, look at the size of this car. It is actually quite big, especially in 2008 or 9 when it was launched. Now this is a 2010 model. The wheel caps actually come from the Kia Seltos and the tire size happens to be a 185/70/14. Now I don't have much to talk in terms of the design because you can see how it is, the car. The i20 was actually the replacement for the Getz, and I think the cluster is also very similar to the Getz. Says Magna right there.
मेरा पेट आगे है क्या बराबर है?
हाँ?
पेट ये
क्या?
ये पेट है ना, पेट
हाँ ठीक है आपका
आगे है?
नहीं ठीक है
ना?
हाँ. Well, that was very random. Someone was asking me if the stomach is fine or not. I don't know. Anyways, back to the vlog, and I think there's a reverse camera here. Meanwhile, this is how you open the boot. It makes some sound, of course, and the boot is also decent. Now, Nazar happens to be a dealer of wheel caps. That's why he has wheel caps lying here. Just kidding. These are the old wheel caps which are there on the car. There's a jack here, and spare wheel is obviously not an alloy because regular wheel is not an alloy, and the spare wheel is actually an old one. There's a parcel shelf here, and you can increase the boot carrying capacity 60-40 split, and then you can push it all the way ahead. Okay, let's just shut this for the moment. Lights, okay, fine. Nothing great as such. Somehow Hyundai cars look brilliant in white color, and this is no exception. This is this Chintu Mintu antenna on the top. There's a high mounted stop lamp as well, and space at the rear was actually quite nice, making this a premium hatchback in the real sense. Why the seats are so stiff? Okay, globally, you know what, this thing used to open so that you could fold this completely flat as well, and this car actually got a proper seat belt for the middle passenger, although the middle passenger never got a head. Floor is almost flat, but there's no space with the front seat all the way behind for someone as tall as me. Anyways, you can see there is decent amount of legroom and knee room on offer. Underside support is not that great. Headroom is just about adequate. There is a handle to hold on to, and height adjustable seat belts are not there. Usually it says airbag here for the cars which were equipped with airbags, and this sunshade has been added aftermarket. You can see the dashboard actually looks quite nice. It was revolutionary back in the day, so Hyundai did a great job with this dual tone treatment inside. Let's get outside. I really love this car because, you know what, it was spacious, it was big, and it was a premium hatchback in the real sense. This thing has been added a mirror to see what's around. See, it's actually decently comfortable, and there's a dead pedal there as well. Now this happens to be the headlight leveler. It has fuse boxes right there. Now power window controls, this one, the driver side gets a one touch up and down. Door pockets actually small, and I mean they're very Chintu Mintu, and I actually like the design of the dashboard. I think it's quite nice. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's get inside and let's turn on the car. So first and foremost, it gets an aftermarket audio system, and here, oh, no clutch lock here in this car. Now the audio system is aftermarket. Oh my goodness, it auto locked. I think that's an aftermarket feature for sure. This is so big, the glove box is so big, it can accommodate your whole wardrobe, and it's also cool. That's nice, and there's some storage space here as well. So plenty of storage space. In fact, you can keep your phone here, aux cable, cigarette lighter, air conditioning control. Air conditioning used to work decently well in this car. Twin cup holders here. There's another storage here, and this thing has been added again, which is some amount of space. Oh my god, there's so much storage in this car. This car is not a car, it's a cupboard. Okay, dashboard is like really big, but very hard plastics inside this car, and there's information which is seen right there. Okay, it's telling me what is the trip data as well as outside temperature, clock and stuff like that. That's also cool. A multi-information display there, and then you can trip it from here. Hazard light button. Audio system is nice is what I've been told. So let's do one thing. Let's try and play an audio right away. Oh no, I don't think it's going to work at the moment, but how do we manage this? We'll actually do it when we are driving the car. Okay, let's use the wipers. Decent amount of spray on offer. Wipers work really well. This car does not feel as old as it is. Somehow it's maintained very well. I don't know. And these are controls for the lights. The horn is nice, and that is the instrument cluster. which is a nice looking unit but kind of plain and basic, and it shows you data here for the odometer, but that's about it. That doesn't switch, I think that's that. Okay, internally adjustable mirrors. I think this is a very well done car by Hyundai. Only thing is it had a very disappointing engine. So let's do one thing, let's start driving right away. All right, we're all set to go. Listen to the sound of the doors, okay, when they close. Proper thud that doesn't happen in the latest generation of the i20. I don't know why. Anyways, let's turn on the car. Kind of rose to life when we went to first gear. Very smoothly I'm going because this engine is very, oh my god, the doors lock like the G-Wagon. Anyways, isko adjust karo yaar. So the engine is very smooth and refined, like lower down the rev range, and that's actually a very good thing about this car. This is smoothness ultimate, alright? And when you're driving it in the city, you will never complain because the gearbox is light and smooth shifting. I'm already in 4th gear. Can you believe the grunt and the drivability it has? Lower down at 30 kilometers per hour in 4th gear. I've never gone to 4th gear in my life. You know that, right? Steering is ultra light steering wheel. Controls are so light. It's such an easy car to drive. You know what? I'm just buttering up Nazar so he doesn't cry when I start speaking the truth as the speeds increase. Okay. 4th gear. My goodness, this is such an easy car to drive. What a wonderful machine. Anyways, so this is a 1.2 liter petrol engine. There were 2 more engines available with the i20. 1.4 liter petrol engine, which had better performance, of course, but was available with a 4-speed automatic gearbox only, which obviously is kind of hopeless. And then there was a diesel as well, 1.4 diesel, which was good actually, 90 horsepower and I think 224 Newton meters of torque. This 1.2 liter engine produces only 80 horsepower and the torque output is 114 Newton meters, which was fine because this engine used to come in the i10. i10 being lighter, used to get the job done. But here, okay, that is the facelifted model. And no, they had an Elite i20, which was the 2nd generation. So this came in 2008-9, and then in 2014 they came up with the 2nd generation of the i20. In 2020 they came up with the 3rd generation. In 2021 they came up with the N line, and this model also got a facelift, jiska humne abhi dekha tha. So basically it produces 80 horsepower, which was fine in the i10, but this is the i20, which weighs slightly more. The result is it's actually 3 seconds slower than the i10 to go from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour because of the weight. And then if you have more passengers, which you will because this is kind of a big hatchback, and luggage as well, this will become even more slower. And then out on the highway, performance is kind of hopeless, but that's fine, okay, because it's a city car, so you should not take it on the highway. Steering has absolutely no feel, no feedback. You don't know where it's going, what's happening. Suspension is ultra soft, which is good at lower speeds, but at higher speeds kind of all over the place. And now 6,500 RPM red line. My heartbeat is exactly the same. Not an inch movement in that regard because the engine doesn't excite you. It has nothing near the top end. It has a decent and peppy low end. Mid-range is okay, fine. Top end is completely missing in this car. And it becomes very vocal. It feels breathless once you go past 4,000 RPM. Brakes are fine, but Nazar told me don't apply brakes at all because it has not got ABS, so we're not going to apply brakes at all. By the way, this car actually was given 5 star. Okay, we'll come to that. Let's go. Revving all the way. He'll have to get new tires now. Okay, it's going to take 3 years to reach 100 kilometers per hour. That's not the point. I was telling you that what was I telling you? Yeah, this car actually used to come with a sticker 5 star in Euro NCAP at the time of launch, and I was like, wow. But you know what, the car which was sold in India or made for India did not obviously comply with 5 star rating, but they were just using that sticker because it was convenient and nobody was really focused on safety. The global model obviously got 5 star rating because obviously the quality of materials and the features, also active and passive, were very different in that regard. At high speeds the car kind of floats. It feels very uneasy. High speed stability is poor and steering doesn't really inspire you, so you don't really know where it exactly is going. The only good thing is that low speed ride is fantastic, so over bumps and all it manages everything because obviously soft suspension, which does a good job. Horn is fine, and we shall probably take a U-turn. By the way, we want to do an audio test as well. Now taking a U-turn is also super duper easy because everything is so light, and here you go. The roll is so much. I was on Nazar's lap. I had to actually edit this video and erase that out, and he's laughing about that. And there's an LED light as well. What a revolutionary feature. Engine is feeling a little lackluster. Somehow in 3rd gear now, it doesn't feel that comfortable. You have to push it when you're driving aggressively. When you're driving normally, that's not an issue. And let's test the brakes. It doesn't stop straight, but it stops. Okay?
Absolutely fine.
And revving the motor. engine is an all aluminium unit. It gets 16 valve as well. So fueling is fine, performance is okay, just the heavy weight of this car when compared to the i10. They should have given it a different engine, not the same one which was there in the i10 of course. i10 felt very peppy. This is also decently peppy. Only thing is, you know what, you try to push it, just doesn't respond. And then obviously with more passengers, this car is not going to move as fast or swiftly as you would expect. So that's a bit of a bummer. By the way, we should do an audio test because Nazar again claims that this car has one of the best audio systems. So what are you waiting for? Connect your phone and play some audio for us. Play from NCS so nobody gives me copyright and I can monetize this video as well. So we're just going to come to a halt on the side. How's the service of this car?
Yeah, it's just been serviced.
Somebody has met out that and put go fast instead of the speed. That's kind of funny. Oh, okay, here it's very off-roadable as well. And off we go. So the i20 completely changed the game in the Indian market by offering a lot of space and offering a true blue premium hatch experience, and that's what made it popular because honestly it was the more car per car story Tata Indica. Anyways, we're hitting a single, so we're going to do an audio test right away. Play an audio, let's listen to it. Audio quality is actually quite nice. The only thing is the damping could be better. Obviously, this car is not made for such a heavy-duty audio system, but yes, audio quality is actually nice with this aftermarket unit. And I love the fact this car is so comfortable and easy to drive in the city. So as a city car, it absolutely excels. As a highway car, well, it certainly does not. So guys, this is my vlog of the Hyundai i20, the first generation model. And honestly, Hyundai has come a long way because when I drive the N-Line, I realize, my goodness, the steering feel is just unbelievable when compared to this car. And of course, the engine also has a lot of grunt because they've gone turbo now. And I mean, it's a huge improvement. Kudos to Hyundai. And on that bombshell, it's time to end. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this vlog, make sure to give the thumbs up. That's a like button and also subscribe to the channel. Now, before we end, let's do the sit in my lap test, which is, let's see if Nazar lands from here to there when I corner this car aggressively. So here we are into first gear and we are going to go cornering. Let's go. Yeah, there's quite a lot of roll. Bye-bye.